What is good, people? This is another update video of Pavillon Rouge from JOVOY Paris. If you want to know a little bit about this fragrance, stay tuned, people. What is good, YouTube? Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mikey Cologne, and if you tuned in, thank you for doing so, people. Right, today is an update video on Pavillon Rouge. I got this at Christmas and I thought it was pronounced Pavillon Rouge. It isn't, it's pronounced Pavillon Rouge, so I do apologise that I didn't pronounce it correctly. Sometimes I'm just not great with big words. Right, I'm glad I've got that out of the way. Before I get going, people, I do not understand why hardly nobody is talking about this house. This is not a paid promotion. JOVOY Paris don't even know I exist. These fragrances, if you haven't sampled any from this house, they're worth sampling at least, because the ones that I own are fantastic, and this one, we're going to get into it today, but this is a fantastic smelling fragrance. So I'm going to show you the presentation quickly, just read you the notes quickly, then I'm just going to explain to you about the fragrance a little bit. So all the fragrances come in these boxes that look like books to me, and as you can see, they do look nice on a shelf. Even better, it's always good if the juice is great, but if they look good on a shelf, it is happy days. Right, they slide out like so. Whatever you do, people, do not hold these bottles by the cap, and I will show you in a second. Let me get this bastard out. That it sits in there like so. Right, you got JOVOY Paris, Pavillon Rouge. That it's not even a snug fit. Weighty, heavy cap with a plastic insert, but it's not even a snug fit. So do not, please do not pick these bottles up by the caps, because you're asking for trouble. I mean, look at that bottle. Look. Simplistic but smart. Right, let's spray the juice. This is good. This is really good, I'm telling you. Not bad atomizer. Boozy, smoky, a little bit of nuttiness. Right, you got whiskey, rum, sesame seeds and spices in the top. Then you got tobacco, leather, coffee and tea in the mid, and in the base you got ebony wood, vanilla and benzoin. When this opens up, you get whiskey, you get rum, you get them spices, you get the tobacco. The whiskey note in this is way up front. The rum is sitting in the back seat. The spices are there. The sesame seeds are giving just a little bit of nuttiness, and it's giving a creaminess to the fragrance. The tobacco is there, adding a little bit of smokiness. So it's boozy, smoky, spicy, a little bit creamy, a tad nutty. Once this starts drying down, that leather and the tea note starts to really come out. Like, so it's drying down. It's probably been an hour and a half, and that leather on my skin and the tea is really starting to come out. And that tea on my skin is more like a black tea. It's rich, it's a little bit dark. And then that vanilla and benzoin, then they start to show their face a little bit more. The fragrance is getting a little sweet, but nearly from the get-go, this fragrance has got a little bit of sweetness to it. And when I say a little bit, I mean way in the background, that you can tell there's something there adding a little bit of sweetness. But as it starts to dry down more and more, the leather and the tea show their face. The vanilla and benzoin, it starts to get a little bit more warm and sweet. This fragrance, the way it's blended with the boozy notes and the leather and the tobacco and the spices, The sesame seeds really do give this fragrance just a little bit of nuttiness and creaminess. This fragrance, to me, is absolutely fantastic, and I don't hardly see nobody speaking about this fragrance. This come out in 2018, this did. And let me tell you something, if you like boozy fragrances, this is worth at least sampling, and you can get these for great prices. If you go on a fragrance website called Framoda, they sell JOVOY fragrances, and I think they're about £104 for a 100ml bottle, and they're at the perfume concentration. And if you live in the UK, you have to pay £15 shipping. But if you want more than one fragrance, order them on that website, and then it works out that you've saved a little bit of money. I'm going to say this is not a paid promotion. Framoda don't know that I'm doing this video. JOVOY definitely don't know that I'm doing this video. I just think this is great smelling. Right, the only downside to this fragrance on my skin is the longevity. All my other JOVOYs I get between 6 and 8 hours. Sometimes in the morning, a couple of them are there, but as a skin scent and basically nearly gone. This, on me, between an hour and a half of moderate projection, then it rains in a little bit. I think if you move about, it's going to leave a little bit of a sillage trail, but it's not beastly. It's not going to fill a room. It's more of a up-close encounter scent, if that makes sense. And then about the 4.5 to 5 hour mark, this is a skin scent on me. If this lasted longer, I think I'd give this fragrance a 9.5 out of 10. Just the way it smells, the way it's blended. There's nothing sickly in this. It's rounded, it's creamy, it's boozy, it's a tad spicy, it's leathery. I don't get no coffee at all, but this fragrance, man, I could hype this up all day. This deserves some hype. People, I'm telling you, I'm going to say it again. If you love boozy fragrances, you need to get your nose and your pores on a sample of this fragrance. Right, people, that was just my update video of this little beauty. I absolutely love it. When I'm going to be wearing this, I'm just going to spray the shit out of it. I'm going to be doing 10 or 12 sprays all over my clothes. So I'm hoping that I get more longevity, but it is great. Right, people, let me know if you've tried this fragrance. Let me know if you've tried any from this house. I do not understand. I think a lot of people are sleeping on this house, and for whatever reason, I do not know. Right, people, remember, smelling good's always a pleasure and never a chore. Thank you for sticking with me, and I will see you on the next one. Cheers.